Oh, guess who's back? Back again. Playing some more Guild Wars. It's been 2 months, and yet I still want to play this game every day for hours straight. It's insane. I honestly have no idea why this is. But it is, and so I'm playing it. Higher than... It's been... I've been playing it on my own, but it's been, what, a month? Or 2 even, since we last played it on Steam. Some things have changed. Not all of them, but plenty enough. And actually, since we're streaming, we should make it nicer, so that you have something nice to look at. But I'm going to turn off the bloom though. I do not like the bloom. Apparently the thing with Guild Wars Bloom is that it applies to not just light sources, but everything that is white. So when you take an armor and you dye everything white, let's take what I'm wearing, sure, whatever, and you make everything white, you are just glowing. You are invisible past the bloom. It's insane. Look at this. I think it would look even worse in like actual lighting, but I do not want to bother recoloring everything back if I applied this. Oh. Yeah, my sky scale got fancy. I completed the a new look collection, so we have a new skin. And we have fancy wings now, and a different head style. And got a few more dye colors as well. Yeah, it's really cool. I love this. I also got a new mount when you weren't looking. I now have a roller beetle. His name is PT. At least that's what the collection said. There's thing is that they can go really fast in a straight line. But unfortunately, most of the Guild Wars world is not a straight line. So either you learn how to drift, or you can just go get fucked, I guess. It's kind of a shame, because if I ever did bother to learn how to control it, it would be so good. But I don't. Also, I now have a legendary weapon. Look at it. It's white and sparkly and rainbowy. Now when I cast Penny Projectile, it's also rainbow. You can't really see it because it goes like into the ground in front of me. But it's there. And it makes trails when I go. It's so cool. It was also a pain in the ass, and I am never doing it again. Until enough time has passed anyway. Because... stuff of make you gay. Yeah. Because this is a Gen 1 legendary from the very first generation of legendaries, as the name Gen 1 implies. And to get those, you need a gift of exploration, or what's its name? And you get a gift of exploration by map completing the entirety of the base game. This little tab. Which wouldn't be too bad. I usually like exploration. But you also need to do 330 hearts And I hate Hearts with a Passion. Actual worst part of the game. No ifs, no buts. Well, maybe story missions are an even worse part of the game. No, that's not true. I would rather do more story than actually do any other hearts ever again. And if you know me, you know that I hate story. Oh yeah, also, while we weren't streaming, I bought Living World Season 4 and also Living World Season 3. So I did like a chapter or three for every chapter in Living World Season 4. So I could, get the roller beetle, unlock the new scar scale masteries, which I haven't done yet. We could do that today, actually. And I'm not gonna lie, that was some of the funniest story progression I have done in Guild Wars since I started. Because it was like reading the cliff notes of the entire expansion. Like, oh, we beat what's his face? We beat Balthazar, but suddenly Kralkatorrik is an issue again. Then I get to the new area, I start chapter 2. Oh, we have beaten Kralkatorrik, but now Palava Joko's alive again. Did I do one mission of that? I skipped to chapter 3. Oh, Palava Joko is doing some bullshit. He's releasing a plague. Then I am like, oh, that sounds bad. And then in chapter 4, it's like, Palava Joko is dead. No plague. But Krakatorik is an issue again. And so in chapter 5, then it's like, oh, actually, uh, we have failed. Orin is dead and we have failed to kill Krakatorik, except Psyche. We are going to kill Krakatorik even harder. And that's like... And then I did the entirety of War 6, so I got the full beat Kralkatorrik experience. Honestly, that was really cool. Actually, I did not expect Kralkatorrik to be this huge. Like, yes, you would think that a dragon that can do a huge fuck off line of bullshit across the entire continent would be a big fuck off dragon. But still, wow. He was such a big fuck off dragon. I wonder if I can show that if I skip to chapter 6 again. Can we replay this? You may lose some progress on number 4. Did I even do anything in number 4? I don't think so. Let's replay.
Commander. Keith.
Board ship.
We're still in Thunderhead Keep with Orin's.
Oh yeah, number 6 is the one where Orin died. That's unfortunate. It was nice knowing her. Schrodinger's BB cheese. No, I think you... Oh, Schrodinger. No, I think you got everything correct actually. You didn't write an umlaut, so OE is correct. And BBEG, Big Bad Evil Guy. Everything is as it should be. Wow. I actually have to take the airship. Or... No, I'm just in a bad waypoint. That's fine. Replay Dragonflight. Thank you.
So empty, eaten by
Oh yeah, also baby Orin has learned how to talk. There he is.
He's still bleeding badly. We almost killed him in the keep.
Almost. Let's drive him back to Tyria and finish the job.
Man.
Remember, the Scion cannot succeed without you.
Like, it's moments like these where I can see what other people like about Guild Wars story. You still couldn't pay me to actually do it, but it was cool while it lasted.
Look at me!
Right?
Oh, he's not happy to see you.
He's gigantic.
Definitely not happy to see me.
Meanwhile, me and Orin are just like teeny tiny compared to Grandpa.
Champion, I share my true legacy and Krakatorik's greatest secret.
Shattered crystal! Watch out for those!
So yeah. Unfortunately, I am not sure how to actually exit this instance, so we might just have to complete this entire story. Oh well. It's not like it's a big ordeal, we just get to look at the big fuck of dragon in front of us
On him.
for a while longer. Or maybe I just need to die.
The God Realms. Melandru.
Where is he going?
He's hungry
For what? More magic?
for everything. Watch out!
Don't let those hit you.
I know! It's healing him!
I think I failed to dodge,
Still in the mists.
The God Realms. Melandru.
but also I think something fucked up.
Where is he going?
No, that was just the reset, alright. So even death
More magic?
does not free us
Watch out!
from doing this story instance.
I know!
Oh well. Hello. I'm showing off Karakadorek
Bring us in.
because I recently did this mission off stream to unlock Dragonfall, and holy shit.
Of a world at peace. A world without strife between dragons and mortals. A world without him.
I do not need a VTuber motor for the stream, thank you. Or more specifically, I do not have tens of hundreds of dollars to pay you for the VTuber model, so it's not happening.
Hurry.
Sorry.
The underworld. We keep going!
Also, the music is kind of cool.
His tail.
I'll protect us! Get ready!
I will worry about money because artists deserve to be paid.
The underworld. We keep going!
Maureen. His tail.
I'll protect us! Get ready!
There you go. Look, they're so tiny from this perspective. Honestly, I am fairly sure the game is doing some sort of shenanigans. Because even as the camera moves around and makes us comparatively tinier or bigger, Kralkatorik is always the same big fuck of huge size. But it's cool nonetheless.
Maureen. His tail.
I'll protect us! Get ready!
Also, wow, grandfather, you are very lucky. Your granddaughter knows how to do a shield. Or this would have been an entirely different story.
Watch out!
I guess dragons just don't believe in familiar love.
He's hungry, all right.
He's had enough.
Did you see that? I think that's the trail from my legendary staff. You know how I said that the Bifrost gives me a rainbow trail? Well, now it's now it's behind us like an airplane vent. That's amazing. I have no idea how to hit anything on Kralkatorek because every single time I do hit something, it just says obstructed. But thankfully, I already got the achievement, so we don't need to worry about it. We just need to finish this cutscene as fast as possible. Oh, he's doing a flip. Just turned around, yelled at us, and turned back around again. Old man yells at Cloud. Once someone tried to sell me something, it's something like, don't worry about money, and then pulled out a price tag of about $150. Eek! That's 2 full digits above don't worry about money. Absolutely, that's worth like
Reminds me of
2,000 crowns. Blech! That's half my fucking rent.
he's going to familiar places. How exactly are we getting him back to Tyria?
I'll open a portal.
Better make it a big one.
Fascinated by the concept that Orin is capable of our teeny tiny baby Orine is capable of creating a portal big enough to force Kralkatorek through it.
Too quick.
Or I guess it's not big enough, seeing as he can just dodge to the side.
A better world is waiting to be born.
There! Give it everything you've got!
Everything you got. Yeah, Kralk is not having a fun time. Kind of insane that he managed to actually blow off his entire wing. Like, baby Orin packs some punch. And now we are in Dragonfall. Named, as you would expect, by the fact that a dragon fell in here. Not yet. Look! Hey, come back here. I wanted to look at you. From close up. Orin, why are you running? Yeah, like, she's smaller than my sky scale. Look at the baby. Hi, buddy. You look ugly as hell in your teenage adolescent face. You know that. She glows up when she gets taller. He might need to do some uh, Endo Dragon story quests. Hopefully you'll see her in those. Hi, buddy. Is Cave around here? I don't see her. I don't think she is. Cave also got a glow up. She now has like rainbow flowers on her. Because something something orange something something dragon magic. Hi, buddy. Oh, look at her. She has a. Can you call that? Can you call that a dew claw? If it's not on a leg. She does have a claw on her wings. All the better to hold things. Yeah, I guess usually it would be a thumb, but it's just barely not spaced out properly to be a thumb. Hmm. Buddy, why do you need a claw on your wings when you already have 4 legs? What are you gripping with your wings that you cannot grip with your legs? I guess it does not really matter. Alright, let's leave the instance. There we go. Oh, and you're back in Thunderhead Peaks because of course you are. Thunderhead Peaks meta in about 2 minutes. Oh, then we could just do the Thunderhead Peaks meta. And then we want Dragonfall. Oh yeah, also I got the extension that makes you load into game quicker, which is why you can actually see my character loading in. And the scale has bad textures before the game loads in fully. Apparently since the last time I looked up anything about the add-on, it was... So the first one was banned in the end because it worked in PvP and W World versus World as well. So you could theoretically like clip through fortress walls, which is not good. So loading in quicker actually gave you a competitive advantage, which is why the add-on was banned in the end. But this is some sort of a second version made by a different guy who missed the old add-on, which is deactivated in World vs. World in PvP. So hopefully it should be fine and no ban for me. I would be very sad if I got banned. This account is what, 80 years old? I think my rogue recently celebrated his 8th birthday, yeah. Should be a shame. And we had a goal, didn't we? We wanted to do meta. Or even is the one who had Peaks meta? If you can read this, you are awesome, and Cave, Braham, and Timey all wish they were you. Alright then. Because, you know, outside of unlocking the zones and speedrunning Living World Season 4, I haven't actually been playing in them. North Meta is beginning shortly. By Laeticia Cervantes. That's the commander. Yeah, so I guess we need to be right here. Alright. Yeah, so I haven't actually done anything on these maps. Especially those that weren't really important, like Domain of Korma, which was for the roller beetle. So this is only to me. I have no clue where to go or what to expect. But hopefully this is going to be a fun meta. Or at least hopefully this is going to be a meta that would give me a chest of a hero's choice. Because we are hunting for more legendaries. Not just the Bifrost, but I'm also working on the legendary backpack from Raids, Fractals. And we're going to, which is not really related to the reason why I wanted Heroes Choice chests. But I'm also working on the Raid armor. That's Envoy.
Fury rising.
And for that, I need a stupid amount of amalgamated gemstones. And outside of making them one by one from like tiny gemstones, you mostly get those from meta events. So that's been my long-term goal for the past month, I guess. You can also buy them from the marketplace, which I did like 2 days ago to finish it off. I bought like 70, which oof, put me once again on like 0 money. But it does mean that I now have the crystalline heart. And can start actually working on that legendary armor. Instead of just working on the legendary armor. Then I'm actually almost-ish done with that as well. I have more than half of the requirements. I'll show them just. And we'll do, yeah. All we need now is to do Bastion of the Penitent for who knows how many times, as long as it takes to get good. You know, I think some of those infusions are from just defeating the boss, but I'm fairly sure at least one was like, do not get hit by this attack in the entire boss fight. Which might need a few attacks.
Are we happy with our battlefield, Captain Thackeray?
Good sightlines, choke points. Yes, this'll do. But we need to shore up.
I need to lower the graphics just a bit again.
Lines would do wonders for those choke points. And my mood. Long time
It's
since I
lagging
rolled something up.
just a bit. Maybe we can limit the character models.
Do it quickly. We've got rifts, brainstorms, all manner of inconvenience.
We need to actually look at the other people around us anyway. We are the most prettiest princess in the playground.
Someone tell me it's Mark Skrit hauling in the crystal. Great.
What's
The
this?
pact is a big tent after all.
Place a dragon's blood shrapnel mine. Places one of Galaxy's dragon's blood shrapnel mines which explodes when hostiles approach.
Direct their energy.
Alright, let's just follow the commander. When in doubt, always run after the person with the command type. You know, now I'm realizing it is kind of unfortunate my main colors are purple and gold, since this map is entirely purple. And Dragonfall, guess what? It's also purple. Where do I place these mines? Is this a mine? No, that's a rock. Place mines near the charging crystals on the courtyard. Oh, alright. Where are the charging crystals?
Keep your entrails in your body, and so on.
Do you see a charging crystal? Is this a charging crystal? This is a resonance crystal. Let's just place them somewhere in the courtyard. Whatever. We're still going to kill everything ourselves. Anyway. Unexpected camo colors indeed. And it gets even worse when we are in actual rented areas. Because those don't just have a purple tint, they have a purple floor as well. I love those wings. And then it really is just purple. Purple on purple violence.
Witch stalkers! I'll send in the strict cavalry. The brainstorm's coming in fast.
Blend of talents.
Honestly, I'm so used on playing on the best performance graphics possible that I am honestly kind of distracted by how nice everything is at this time. It's a strange experience. What do you mean this game can actually look nice and sharp? Okay, look, now we are in a brand. There's also branded crystals right here. And it's even more purple.
Aha! Wrist
It's horrible.
I can grit. Oh, no, there's more. Another rift right on top of you.
After this we should head to, like, Alona or something. Somewhere that is so not purple is going to burn our eyes with how colorful it is. Wrathbringer. That's a way too cool of a name for something that is not even taller than me. Well, it is taller than me, but there is not even, like, blotting out the sky. It's just a big turtle. Why is the big turtle called Wrathbringer? What wrath are you bringing? It's my loadout again. I'm not seeing electricity, so I think I'm on DPS. Oh yeah, I was doing fractals before starting the stream. So we're on a DPS. It's a shame. I could use the electricity. It's actually quite an interesting change of, like, meta structure compared to ESO. You know how in ESO we just have the healer, tank and DPS, right? Well, Guild Wars just kind of by accident completely got rid of this system. So the group members are actually just a healer who pulls WT as the tank, because they usually have the highest health as well. A boon DPS, which is a DPS that also does buffs on the side. And then just regular DPS. It's kind of interesting, it's like if every team composition in ESO also required you to bring, I don't know, something that gives the entire team brutality and sorcery.
Stay back.
Uh, Sounds horrifying. Maybe just a bit.
Sharp blade, sharp mind.
I don't mind giving boons because for me as a mesmer, or more specifically a mirage, uh, the difference between me giving electricity and me just doing a DPS is like almost non-existent, honestly. In one, I want to do shatters as often as I need, and in the other, I need to dodge slightly more often. And that's it. I don't think even the DPS number changes. It's like 45k damage versus 42k damage. So it's not that big of a deal.
Protected.
But also the idea of being a healer and having to tank for the team sounds horrifying, yeah. I've been building a tank healer build on the side because mesmers are stupidly versatile as a class. And in addition to DPS, they also have some of the best healer builds in the game. But I'm also kind of scared of the idea. I don't want to tank. I don't know shit about this game. Like, which attacks can be healed through, for which you need to provide stability, for which you need to actually dodge. It's going to be like learning combat all over again.
In point of fact, no, that is not all they've got.
But I guess that could be fun.
Brainstorm takes you.
You know, after a combat starts getting stale. We can just learn entirely new combat. But also, why would I do that for myself? I would have to be way more bored than I am now. But hey, this guy also has the Bifrost.
I want that.
Bifrost, I mean. Alright, so if this is the nerf meta, where is the self meta? And is it going to be anytime soon? There's Thunderhead Keep. Is the oil flows the southern meta? Who knows, who cares? We'll see if anything happens, and if not, then we can just move on. What's the time anyway? It's time for Defense of Amnitas. Dragon's Stand just started a few minutes ago. Is anyone doing Dragon's Stand? Yes, actually. We could go do that. Maybe the Elder more ruins from the Mystic attack. Seems like it just... a regular event, not a meta. Hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'd assume that if there was going to be a meta, that someone would tag up for it. Oh, there you go. South meta up 045. Come slide across some black ice and watch Braham make a fool out of himself. Okay, so the meta is the oil flows that are going to be in a while. We can do something else in the meantime. Okay, actually we don't want to do Dragon Stand because we already did Dragon Stand this reset. Metas maybe? Leyland Rebel in 15 minutes. Is anyone doing strikes? We could do our strikes for today. Nobody is doing strikes. Dusk is doing Temple of Phoebe, but that looks like a training ground. No, it is well. Who is shooting at me? Random Choya. Sure. Alright, by that brink as well, we don't need to see that. Check grant is in 24 minutes. We could go and really quickly piggyback of the ice blue champions. Sounds like a fun time. Hello. Also something I am not looking forward to once the time comes to actually start learning how to do my healer. Not do my healer, play my healer. Is the fact that the healers actually use a different weapon. Mesmer healers use rifles. And something that is very, very strange compared to ESO is that it's the weapon that determines like what your rotation is and your attacks and everything. Oh, we missed the first champion. That's so you see how I have these first 5 skills here, right? And they are different when I weapon switch. Yeah, rifles. We have guns in Tyria. These are actually not skills I slotted myself. These skills are here because I am using a staff, and on the other weapon slots I am using an axe and a torch. If I were to pick up a rifle and just start shooting things to death, I would have to learn new skills. That's horrifying. And that's in addition to learning a new specialization. I think Troubadour could be fun. It seemed very easy. You just hit your special attacks and that's it. The one Troubadour healer I met said that it is kind of brainless. Like, the heals happen by themselves mostly. Just make sure that all your instruments are up, and like that's it. This would be easier to explain if I just showed you what Troubadour looks like. I'm just going to quickly look this chest. And I'll switch to my Scout Troubadour build. Yeah, so as a Mirage, I have Shatter Skulls. They do damage. This one gives me invulnerability for like 4 seconds. That's nice. As a Troubadour, you don't have Shatter Skills, you have instruments. You can make a lute, and a flute, and a drum, and a harp. And then you just, I don't know, stand there and look pretty while your instruments are playing. So I think I could learn Troubadour. On Chrono though, which is the other healer specialization. I don't know, let's put something random. You don't have Shatter Skills, you have... Well, they are Shatter Skills, but they do something different. And I don't like that. That's scary. No, actually it looks like they are doing mostly the same things. The first one is still a physical damage, the second one is still a Condi damage, third one is a Defiance Break, fifth one is still Distortion. But suddenly they now do electricity. Weird. Oh, this is the thing that gives you electricity, I see. But the important thing on Chrono is that there's this button, which is like, you cast it, and everything that you do from that point on has, like, does not matter. Because once you hit this button again, you will turn back time into the before you hit the button. So you can like skip casting, not cast times, the other thing. You can skip having to wait 20 seconds for a skill to charge up again. Because oops, you turned back time. Now we can just cast it again. Or never cast it. It sounds insanely useful. But also... how do I know when is the time to use it? That's scary. I'd have to actually think about playing the game. It's probably not that big of a deal. I'm actually fairly certain that the answer to the question when is the right time to cast is when your rotation tells you to cast.
The highest standards.
But still, you have the power of time travel at your fingertips. That's too OP. But well, any thoughts about that can wait for later. Because I still don't even have the equipment for the healer build, and right now I am focused on other things than getting equipment. Such as getting my legendary equipment. Once I have my raid armor, I'll be halfway to having a healer build already. Because that's the nice thing about legendary armor. You can just change stats whenever you like.
Look at this. So pretty.
This is the only proper course.
Oh yeah, that's another thing about Guild Wars that differs from like ESO, or I guess also World of Warcraft, except neither of us have ever played World of Warcraft, so it doesn't really matter. There's not really armor sets or weapon sets or anything sets. You can get armor from like literally anywhere, and then you can give the prefix to it. And those are just the stats the armor has now. Then you can give it a rune, but you can just get that from anywhere as well. And like that's it. So gearing up is stupidly easy compared to ESO. You just, I don't know, you can do a few rounds of events in Verdant Brink. You can get plated armor from that, which is stat selectable. You can just pick the stats you want, and there you go.
Look at this.
You're now equipped. Nothing like having to do trials on Masked Veteran and pray that this item you want is going to drop soon. I like that. It makes things simpler. And you don't have to play catch up every single time a new DLC arrives. Actually, by the way, I have so much Bloodstone just. We need to get rid of that. Where's Hertha? 1500. Shish. Yeah, so it's nice to, from that regard, it's just really accessible in Guild Wars to get into dungeons and fractals and raids and whatever. You still need to actually get good to play on higher tiers, but it's not. It's just about getting good, not actually getting better equipment, which I like. I think that's really cool. Once you get your exotic gear, you can hunt for ascended gear. Which also has multiple sources. And once you have your ascended gear, you can get legendary gear. Which is the part where we'll look back up to what I'm working on right now. You know what? We can do Dragon's Hunt maybe. That would be cool. You could see Suwon. She's smaller, but she's still a big fucking dragon. That would be 30 minutes of preparation. No, she's just going to be checking out in 12 minutes. We should do that. Where's Tangle Depths? In here? In here. So let's get on with that. And we can do some inventory cleaning in the meantime. Yeah, so we work on Ascended gear, then you can start working on Legendary gear. And Legendary gear, I don't think it's not even like noticeably better. Like, there is no difference in stats between Ascended and Legendary, but it looks cool, and that's what's important. Now, the main part of Legendary gear that differs it from Ascended is that if you want to have different stats on your Ascended gear, you need to reforge it. So you need to get an inscription, you need to get some ectoplasm globes, you need to get a book for spirit charts. You need to get... no, that's all. But if you have a legendary, you can just go to your legendary and customize it. It's really easy. It's like really good for switching up builds on the spot if you don't have multiple build steps. And the other thing about legendaries is that they don't cost appearance tokens to change. Like if I wanted, I could make my stuff into any other stuff skin I have right now. I don't want to because I like how Bifrost looks, but I could. And it would cost me no transmutation charge, which is nice. If I wanted to change my boots, for example, then that would cost me a thing charge. So yeah, I never understood how people can say why people say that Guild Wars endgame is fashion wars, and how people can just focus on fashion this much if changing fashion costs you tokens. Then you can only get tokens for like map exploration or achievements, or I guess buying them from the gem store. But this was the reason. This was the answer. It doesn't cost them transmutation tokens, so it can just change up their fashion whenever they like. Absolutely insane. Changes the entire game. Imagine. So looks like everyone is gathering in the lanes now. Alright. Now we can go get Fox. So yeah, the reason I said that just getting my legendary armor would set me halfway on the path to healer is just that if I get the legendary armor, I don't need to go and do Word and Bring for 50 million years to get my healer armor. I can just take the legendary armor I already have and just change the stats. Easy. Shrimple even. And I love how the sky skin looks so much. Such a beautiful metallic color. So we want the 3 and the 3 is over here. Though to be fair, I haven't even been working on it and I already have about like 4 pieces of equip. I have a helm, I have a chest, I think. I have shoulders in my bag, but I haven't turned them into actual gear just yet. It's just a token from one of the events. I still need to get accessories though. I am woefully lacking in accessories. We could buy some from the fractal vendor or the raid vendor, but those don't have the correct stats. And then of course I still need to get the weapons. Still need to get the rifle. I don't own any rifles. I own one rifle, but that's on my Deadeye. And it's a power rifle now. I think Berserkers. So I would have to reforge it first and... Who wants to bother with that? Also, I'm not even sure if the inscription we need for the reforge is something I can just buy off the store. The trading post. Can I get down from here or will I have to teleport? And if it's not something I can just get from the trading post, then I'd have to figure out where I can buy it from. And that's another complication I just don't care about right now. The healer build can wait. The EPS is working fine enough for now. Check it out, that makes 0:15. Oh! I'm messing around too long. Let's go, speedrun. Run, run, run. We need to get to our lane. Oh no, check defense is in 5 minutes. Oh, we still have time. Alright. We can loot some of these supply caches.
I want that.
You know, last time I mentioned something about how I really enjoy flight in MMORPGs, and that I left Ion for it, way back when. Actually, Ion 2 has come out since I said that.
Treasure.
But the reason I'm not playing it right now is that there's some bullshit required for you to even get into the game. Like, either you need to do some sort of, like, phone verification and give your ID or whatever to the Korean government or something, and then you can play on the Korean servers. Or you need to get a Google account and a VPN a VPN that lets you be in Taiwan specifically. And you make a Taiwanese Google Play account, and then you can play on the Taiwanese Ion 2 servers. And like, why would I bother with all of this when I can just not play the game instead? I already have an MMO I can play. Look at it. Oh, it is actually metallic compared to the other skins colors. Look how it's shining in the light. That's cool. Yeah. And from what I hear, it's not even perfect. Like, the game is beautiful, which honestly would be a shame if it weren't. Ion always look nice. But the monetization is absolutely appalling, from what I've heard. There's not one, but two monthly passes. One that is, in quotation marks, the necessary one, and one that's just like for supporting the developers or some shit like that. And they were swearing to hell and back that there is not going to be any pay to win. It's just going to be for fashion and shit. And then the game comes out, and what do we learn? What do we have here? It is not just fashion and shit. It is, in fact, pay to win. So that's fun. Oh, that reminds me. Remind me once I'm going to open the Hero's Chase item that we need check X. Not the gemstone. Check X. Because we need them for the legendary. I can actually show right now what we need. Come on, load. So we need the precursor, which is what we are going to get once we do the whole crystal heart turnaround. We need a gift of dedication. This is what we need to check X for. Then we need 5 for each armor piece, so 5/6 in total. 5 because I actually already have legendary gloves from the fractal event. 6 if I wanted to have a complete set of light armor. So 5 times 6 is 30. So we don't actually need more checks. But it would be nice to have them if we wanted to get other weights like medium. I made more ingots, but we're going to have plenty of them once I actually get around to crafting those. I need to get a reclaimed metal plate. You might need to go back to the verdant drink for that. Now it's time for checkpoint. We are in Nuhoch lane, which is really easy. So you just stomp on these nodules with F, and that's going to summon the boss eventually. Other lanes actually have to do stuff. Insane. Yeah, but the most annoying part of the envoy armor is going to be the thing H that costs like 200 gold pieces on that preview, which is a gift of condensed might and a gift of condensed magic. And yeah, that's going to be so fun to try and gather. You can just hear the excitement in my voice. Let alone to gather it 6 times. Yeah, honestly, the legendary armors and weapons and trinkets are more of a money gauge than anything else. Because, like, you could get the trophies needed for a gift of condensed might by yourself. But why would you do that to yourself? When you can just buy it for 100 gold.
Fury rising.
Almost done here. There's the bus.
Protected.
And like I said that I am currently poor because I already bought like 70 amalgamated gemstones and those cost like 1 gold each. I think it was like 1 gold, 6 silver. So it effectively drained me of all my gold. And then I did just like 2 days of fractals and I'm already at 50 gold again. So like 100 isn't that hard to earn. But it's still an annoying time gate.
Help me strike through. Submit.
But also it makes it really easy to just focus on having fun playing the game instead of doing some stupid farming for 8 hours a day. Since you know I can just play the game and the gold will pile up. I just do my daily fractals and the gold will pile up. And I'm going to get fractal relics for my backpack. And I'm going to get ascended gear, maybe. And I'm going to get some crafting materials and. So it's nice. I do my daily strikes. I get gold. I get strike currency. And I to buy myself something nice with. I get IBS Saga experience.
Now I shall break you.
Yeah. It's just really nice how so many activities can still give you progress in like various other areas. Like when I was doing getting the amalgamated gemstones for my crystal heart, I was kind of done yet. I told you that they drop from map metas, and they drop from every map meta, except for the newest ones in Visions of Purity, which is a shame. So you know, the armor is from the very first expansion, Heart of Thorns, but I can just go and play the 5th expansion instead. And I'm still progressing. It's really nice. Oh, just forgot to grab the chest. Get over here. Gimme. Come on. There we go. Checks. Or we could just get the gemstone again. let's just build up a small little cute horde of chuck eggs. We can always get the gemstones later. From October in just a moment. It's insane, like a week ago, I managed to free up 2 entire rows of space. Then I go, oh, what if I went fishing? Just for fun. And suddenly I have like 10 slots occupied by just fish and fishing shit. That's just leave me alone. Oh, we have experience. We can level up our mastery. That's nice. Is there anything I can get rid of? Open and salvage those.
Affirmative.
Now let's just solve this. I don't care about my common unidentified gear. And it's 4 gold with no effort at all. Also, when I was upstream, I managed to complete my Central Theoria masteries, which is so good. I'm really excited about this because the final, what, like 5 masteries were a pain in the ass. Like, I contemplated just doing the silver based for the last, say, 4, because I could get them all in one map. But all of these are given by random enemies. And there's really nothing you can do for them to spawn. They're not on a timer, they're not on anything, you just need to keep playing the silver base. Doing the silver base meta circle of just running between 4 outposts and defending him. Then just pray to God that one of those legendaries will appear. So that quickly got boring. But in the other mastery points I had left were like doing dungeon stories, or actually playing my personal story quest, which, as you may see from the state of my story journal, was never going to happen. So I just went and gathered spoons. That was one mastery. Actually, it wasn't that bad at all, because I did my world versus world spoon when I was working on my Bifrost, because that also required world versus world. So all I really had to do for the spoons was just hunt down the karma merchants that were selling them. So that was okay actually.
Maybe I was the illusion all along.
Then I did some side stories. I had most of the bandits already, so I just finished up my bandits. I did a magic story. I think this is this one. Where you just play hot and cold for like 5 sensors. Now that's surprisingly fun actually, once I read the wiki on how to actually do that. And for my last one I did the Dive Master, which I thought was going to be easy. Because what is hard about just going to 24 diving spots and equipping the diving goggles and just jumping into the water? That sounds so easy. The hardest part is just knowing where they are, which I can just find on the wiki. No? No! Because one of those diving goggles is in a jumping puzzle, which you cannot achieve with a mount or a gliding. So you have to do the entire jumping puzzle, and the jumping puzzle is stupid and long and difficult, and it's annoyingly vertical, so that when if you fall, you die, and you have to do the entire thing all over again. And then also, the diving goggles are not even in an intelligent location. Like, if you go and do the route for the jumping puzzle and get the chest at the end, that's not what you need to do. The diving goggles are in an entire different place, and also because you just jump down to the chest, you need to do the entire puzzle all over again. And then to get to the diving goggles, you need to cross some sort of like illusion of a mountain, which wouldn't be too bad, but this means that as you are standing on the platform with the diving goggles, below you, you do not see the map and the jumping puzzle and the obstacles in your way on your way to the water in which you need to jump into. You just see the face of the mountain. So you need to make a blind jump off the top of a platform, which is already on top of an entire fucking goddamn jumping puzzle. And if you die because you just fell from a big fuck of distance. So unless you are a player who has 50 million alts and is swimming in teleport to friends, and there is a nice person already standing at the diving goggle location willing to let you teleport to them, you need to do the entire jumping puzzle all over again. Just to make a second attempt and die, because you are still doing the jump blind. I enjoy Guild Wars 2. This is a fun game. I love jumping puzzles. I love diving. I love when they put diving goggles in a jumping puzzle. I am not losing my mind because of this one goddamn thing. So yeah, that was actually surprisingly painful. Definitely not what I expected I signed up for when I started doing my diving goggles for the mastery. But I do still think that finishing the story would be even worse. Because, you know, the jumping puzzle was awful and doing a blind jump sucked. But I do actually enjoy parkour and jumping puzzles. I do not enjoy story. Right now we are waiting for this wall to come down, which is going to happen in this amount of time. The timer starts at 10 minutes, so we just stand around here looking at the wall for 10 minutes. Enjoyable gameplay! No, but it's honestly kind of nice. It's like Guild Wars mandated time to, I don't know, get yourself there, go take a pee break, whatever.
Target destroyed.
The time is less if you are not efficient at killing the chunk. Like last time We actually struggled because the map was low on population. And we only killed the Nuhoch checker when there was just 5 minutes on the timer left. So then we only had to wait 5 minutes for the wall to come down. So that was nice.
Look at this.
It was actually surprisingly fun, since there were fewer people you had to actually like try and pay attention to the game to kill the boss. Instead of just mashing your primary attack button quickly enough to get enough credit. What's up all of these little baggies that take up space? It's annoying.
Look at this.
Alright, that's looting then. We can move on to Tarira. Let's go east. It's been a while since I've been east. Yeah, Buff of Pain's horrible cousin indeed.
Look at this. So pretty.
Now I shall break you.
I think this guy actually has the fractal backpack I'm working towards, yeah. So I'm going to get that eventually. Commander Alexia Jr. or PC. You're the commander? Yeah. So we are already on the comm. Alright. You know, for all my griping about story, I actually did attempt to finish my story mission. Except that I did one chapter, and another chapter, and it still wasn't ending. And so I did another chapter, and it still wasn't ending. And by then I had reached my limits of doing story, so... Even the jumping puzzle is nothing compared to that. And that's with base game story actually being nicer than the most recent story. Because in base game you can actually skip the yapping. You know, there are still plenty of annoying moments. And the chapters I was on did not actually feature that much yapping, so there was nothing to skip. Which is very sad. But you can, in theory, skip the yapping. Which is what makes it better than the most recent DLC story. Because, oh my fucking god, the yapping. They decided that cutscenes were for losers, so you have to stand around and look as the NPCs talk at you with speech bubbles. And you cannot do anything about it because you're in a story instance and you can only like look at the NPCs or at the wall. But you also cannot alt tab out of the game either, because sometimes the NPCs stop yapping and you need to hit a button to let them yap more. I hate when they do that. Like, it would be one thing if they could just yap themselves out in like 5 minutes and then I can alt tab back into the game and continue playing. But no, you alt tab for 5 minutes only to discover that they only move on by one yap session, then you need to hit a button and then you need to listen to more yapping. You know. Usually, I am not a gamer who hates story. I like my story games. But something about the Guild Wars story instances is just painful to go through. I cannot describe it. But that's the fact.
Fury rising.
Something fun that happened when Chantier came out, which is the expansion before the current one, is the Chantier. Chantier Vials features many Kodan NPCs. Kodans are bears, and these bears are really laid back, and that reflects on their manner of speech. So not only do you have to listen to an unskippable yap session, but now every NPC is talking like this in the world's most painful speech tempo imaginable. Generally, I think that's my biggest gripe with Jantin, honestly. I like Jantin, unlike many people. I like that you just, when you were doing hearts, you just have to pet kitties and dance with the bears and other fish. Instead of killing 30 enemies for hearts progress. But god, I did not enjoy the slow talking bears. Cities give me strength. Luckily, you also weren't forced to do much Jantir story to play the game, so that was okay. So you needed to do one to unlock the territory, second to unlock the kitties, first to unlock your homestead, and then I just think I did 4 and 5 just for fun. Like, I don't remember anything that I actually needed to do in missions 4 and 5. And then in the Wizard's World, one of the special missions was that you had to complete chapter 19, but the nearest bookmark was chapter 17, so I skipped the chapter 17 and did 3 chapters. And those are actually fairly quick. Like, you did this scavenger hunt. It was fun. And then they forced you to do the Bavanisos meta, which was alright. And then you just had to do one final story instance. That was nice. More story missions could be like that. But again, it was kind of fun to go from like step 1, step 5, where you just barely discover, where you are slowly discovering that there is even something evil afoot, only to go to like chapter 17 when you are like one mission away from killing the big bad evil guy. Will it make you understand the story? Not particularly. Is it really funny? Absolutely. Anyways, what are we waiting here for? We are waiting for the Auric Basin map meta, which is Octavine. There is the central city, Tadir, and it has 4 entrances. And every 2 hours, the entrances get blocked off by vines, and the secondary gates get blocked off by vines, and we need to get back into the city. Each gate has a different minigame going on, from like easiest where you just pick up a bomb and glide to the vine and throw the bomb, to the worst, which is where you need the specific ability that does knockback, and you need to knock back a bomb all the way to the vine. And all gates have to die at the same time. But after that's done, you can loot 27 chests, which is really nice. And I guess more importantly, if you want to finish off your Auric Basin achievements, you need to do this 100 times. So yeah, I think that's the reason people do it more than anything else.
Fury rising.
But the loot is also a nice reason. And it's also fairly quick. Especially nowadays that there's been a horrible power creep and people know what they are doing. It takes just a few minutes to kill the Octavines, which is nice. Compared to, say, the new meta event Secrets of the Wield, where you just stand at the boss and hit your attack buttons for 20 minutes. That's an oversimplification. Twice you have to move away from the boss and hit your CC abilities. By CC stands for crowd control. Basically anything that says defines break in its description. But yeah, for some reason I just really don't enjoy the most recent events. I see some reason, but the exact reason is that they take forever. They're just horribly damage spongy. And they're not even interesting either.
We have protected Tom here for over a century. It will not fall.
Like, it's not fun to just hit my rotation and sometimes do crowd control. Where's the mechanics? Where's the pizzas? If I want to change Octavine up, I just go to a different gate. I can't switch Secrets of the Wield up. Also, I'll be honest, I still don't remember which gate does what. So that's another thing. I just pick a gate at random and usually they are quite different. It's a different experience every time. Because I never remember which is the actual fun one and which is the third one.
I'm fast as the wind.
Anyways, what just happened here is that we in East have too much damage. So we killed our Octavine on the very first go. Which is maybe not exactly fortunate given the fact that North and South have not even started burning.
The Activine is vulnerable.
Okay, I'm sure it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We just need to kill the really quickly. Mostly depends on if we here in South can manage to kill it in one burn, or if they'll need a second attempt. But it's not okay. So now it's just looting time. And it's lagging horribly because now people from every single gate came down here to loot and kill the tarnished tractor and this tarnished sage. It's lagging so bad that the tarnished tractor died and then it took like 30 seconds for it to pop. Oh god. Oh god damn it. I forgot to check my key amount. We ran out of keys. Now we have to do the walk of shame to the nearest exalted vendor. This would be a lot more annoying if I didn't have my sky skill. Then it would be an actual walk of shame instead of a quick fly back up. Hello, please give me your keys. Thank you. Anyways, fun fact about the Auric Basin meta, and honestly most metas where there are multiple chests to loot and people don't pay enough attention. Some people are jokesters and they put boxes of fun or airplane boxes or even worse, mesmer portals where the chests are. So if you are not paying attention, that the thing you are hitting the button on is actually the prompt for the chest. And then you might get pranked. Jail. Honestly, it depends on what kind of prank it is. Like, the boxes of fun, I think, only replace your attacks with a different set of things. So that's the least horrible prank. Then there's the Mesmer Portal, which, you know, the Mesmer... They first have to place the portal and exit somewhere, or the portal entrance, and then they need to run back to where they want to place the exit.
Look at this. So pretty.
So, you know, they have to be speedy about it. And this also means the capacity for shenanigans is limited. Like, they cannot portal you far away enough for it to matter. One time I got called and it put me on like the Octavine courtyard, which was away and annoying, but also it's what, like a 1 minute walk, and so that's fun. And if you don't notice a bright purple portal beneath your chest, then that's kind of your problem. No, the worst, by all means, are the aviator boxes. Because the only thing those do is they make your character model spread their arms out like an airplane, which is not bad. But then
Rare treasure.
your character also does plain noses. So then you have to go around like and if you don't know what this box is, or like how to turn it off, then you just have to listen to it for the entirety of Auric Basin until you look out of the map. So that's by far the worst rank. If you notice in time, you can just go back to the box and hit it again, and that gets rid of the effect. But if you don't know that, or you didn't notice quickly enough, then the box despawns. And then the only way to get rid of it is to log out, which you cannot do before finishing looting, or it will put you on a less populated map that presumably failed this meta and you cannot get back here for the chests.
So pretty.
Or you need to change maps, I think, which you also can't do for the exact same reason. So yeah, then your punishment for getting pranked is to just that you have to listen to bad airplane noses for 15 minutes. So, you know, again, not the worst.
I want that.
At its core, it is just a bunch of airplane noses, but also but you know, this is very easily avoidable by just looking at what you loot. I think I just heard an airplane behind me, actually. Something I do find fun about the aviator box though is that the animation stays even when you are underground. So then your character is just T-posing in the water. So I do like that, that is fun. Yeah, it would be really nice if there was someone here who could be pranked and is doing airplane noses, but I don't see them. Maybe it teleported out again.
Look at this. So pretty.
Alright. Actually, I need something here. What do I need? I need the masks. The Mask Adventure. Where is the Mask Adventure?
Look at this. So pretty.
It was not in Italy, is it? I think that was somewhere elsewhere. In here? No, that's Flores Lava. So, are the masks in Italy? Oh, yeah. Alright. So we need to backtrack a bit. And then we'll do a fun minigame. I don't actually remember what I need it for, but I do need it for something. It was either one of the specialization collections, which give you a free ascended weapon if you just do some collectathons, like completing a map with this class, or doing a race with this class. So it was either that or one of the legendary weapons I am working on. Okay, where's the masks? Not here, this is the guild hall. Outside? There was a time where I still knew how to navigate there, but that time is long past gone. Shame. So I think this leads to the race adventure, yeah. So not here. Yeah, so maybe it's the above one actually. The gliding adventure. How do we get up there again? And here's the portal. And then... No, but it's not up here. It's showing below me. Is there like a new hole I can take? Hello? So here's the master inside. No, but the adventure is very clearly below me. If I was an entrance to an adventure, where would I be? Hello, Sage Moar. Do you know how to get inside? No. Do you need to go from the city but not from the main center? This is just Westgate. This is a door. This door does not open. Here? Oh yeah, here, okay. Hello. Let me in. Thank you. Oh, I know this. Remember this one. Oh god. But we only need bronze. It could be okay. And we now also have a sky scale. We can navigate enough to get at least 10 masks. It's going to be fun. Hey, jump. So you need to find the mask on your minimap that is being Engi. Then you need to talk to it. You are currently unable to mount. Okay, so the sky scale is not going to help us at all. Still, we only need 10 of these fucks, so not the worst it could have been. Right. I saw it was up, so let's go up. Also now I have the speed boost mastery point. So that also helps just a little bit with being quick in this adventure. Before that I had to do this with walking everywhere. That was annoying. How many we have? We have 8 out of 10. So just 2 more and we can leave again. There it is. There's not really any reason to go any further because the only thing this adventure gives is experience. And I already have plenty of magma experience. Oh, it's there. Hey! And I'm going to have even more magma experience by just doing my daily shotguns and daily octavine, so we really don't need this. So I'll just pick this up. We get bronze, so we can go. And also I needed a break. But I also don't like the fact that I didn't get anything. Okay, I come back from my tea break, and then we'll figure out what went wrong. Just a sec. Hmm. Huh. I guess that's another reason why we don't need experience. We already managed to get all the experience necessary when I wasn't even paying attention. I guess I just have to assume that it didn't like us quitting out of the adventure, because by all means, I should have at least gotten the bronze chest.
Rare treasure.
But I also really don't care enough about the adventure to bother doing more than the required amount, so
Affirmative.
I guess we could just wait it out. And just chat for the 2 minutes. Then again, at that point, it doesn't really matter what we do, does it? If we jump around for 10 more minutes more, 2 more minutes, or if we just stare at the wall. But we can still chat. Rhythm, I didn't ask you about how you are doing today. How are you doing? What are you doing? Are you doing P5 attempts or just drawing something? If you are doing P5 attempts, then you are talking way more than I would expect. Then again, I don't actually know how difficult P5 is, since I never got there. Fnuke fnuke. But then again, that's also because I just sincerely do not care enough about boss conflicts, so. P5 attempts are important until you get past Sisters of Battle, huh? They're cool. Stupidly frenetic, but also really cool. I saw a clip once actually of a speedrunner doing Sisters of Battle, and they just never touched the ground for the entirety of the fight. Like, they come at you so quickly that if you manage to pogo them as they come down, you can actually stay airborne for the entirety of the fight. It's insane. Really cool to look at though. Must require an insane amount of skill. I really like the boss, but I can't even see what's going on and how much is happening. Yeah. Not only is it a fast boss, but there's also 3 of them. I can definitely imagine how difficult it would be to pay attention. I can hardly keep track of 2 people, let alone 3. Hey. Drawing on Honda and Ghost sticks in the sketch of. Oh yeah. It was a cute sketch. Oh, there we go, there's the chests.
Rare treasure.
Oh, there it is, yeah. Oh, so it looks like we actually needed it for two things. We needed it both for a specialization and for a legendary weapon. Funky. Hmm. Can you think of a shop that would sell those artist gloves that like cover your pinky? That's not AliExpress. Probably some sort of like a stationery shop, right? Looking for artists. Almost the buff ascension. Alsa has them for real. Hmm. I could do also. Because, you know, I like my pen and paper drawings. I like my pencil drawings. But I also smush them horribly. And the graphite and eczema are not really friends with each other. Which I guess is the more relevant issue. Man, I cannot wait until my hands finally heal. I think it's been an actual, no, several years at this point.
The Forgotten once held the secret to Augury Rock.
Oh well, do you see those wings?
Branded state.
Now imagine if I turned on Boom.
Do.
Where's Boom? Like, you can barely see the guy or like any textures on those wings at all. That's how bright they are. Sheesh. Actually, now that I think about it, I could go and throw right now. The eczema has been focused on my thumbs recently, not my pinkies. I don't usually get graphite on my thumbs,
The branded Forgotten are still attracted to the
unless I am
Augury Rock.
horribly
Interesting, they ready. Look at this. Corrupted city.
bad at throwing. Do you remember how I mentioned in that one Discord channel that I'm getting ideas for Magnus Archives inspired vessels and Silksong? You know, Lifeblood is so it's so corruption themed. Do you see the vision? Generally, the part where in Act 3 you go back and talk to the scientist, and he's like completely chill with being one with the lifeblood and being attached to the ground by its roots. Generally, one of the top 3 creepiest moments in the game. You do see the vision, exactly. Then I was thinking like a mist themed vessel for the lonely.
There.
But like,
That one's practically brimming with energy.
I'm not sure how would you even do that,
Will be ours to capture.
since
Protected.
it's not like the ghosts in the mist have much going on. They're just white,
Yes, it worked.
vaguely silky.
Power has transferred to me.
I guess you could just do a ghost
We must make haste.
that has vessel horns, and I guess that could be it. As long as it's recognizably one of the ghosts from the mist. Then again, the mists also have a bit of a spiral influence going on, don't they?
Followers of Ascension for the journey.
Because you can so easily lose your path. But it doesn't feel like it fits with the spiral thematically.
Look at this.
Okay, to be fair, Elona does look very nice of the bloom. It really does look like there's some sort of a heat, what's the word? Days? In the air. Actually, I've just been following the guys in front of me, but I don't think they know where we are going either, don't they? I don't think this is part of the Path of Ascension meta. This is just a random event. Yeah, though, now that I am actually talking about it, I am also thinking of, you know, those really fucked up creatures in the Abyss and Silksong that are full of holes and have other creatures living in them? That is also very corruption themed. But also holy tryptophobia, Batman. I don't want to draw that. I do want to draw lifeblood. So I guess that solves the issue.
Seekers of Ascension.
There's a wasp nest in my abyss. Exactly.
The power of the forgotten is mine, but the effects are temporary.
It loves you.
Must be quick.
Loves.
Heed my words. This opportunity will not last forever. We must go to Augury Rock now. Come on, people. Let's go. Thank you for your help. I would have been hard-pressed to gather so many.
For hunt, maybe the ants? But I'm also thinking of like those stupid cockroach dogs in Sinner's Road. Those just give me hunt vibes. But again, I am struggling to think of how you would make that into an OC character. Outside of just completely making Cockroach. Macroach.
These magics are incredibly delicate.
Hmm.
If I fall, they will be lost, and we'll have to start all over again.
I don't know. Flesh to me doesn't fit because they are too bitey to be flesh. But then again, there's that one that really. There's the killer pig, so it's not necessarily something that would disqualify them. Slaughter could be it also, but... Maybe it's the ants that are slaughter and not hunt. But they are meat themselves, that is true. Genuinely, I don't understand how people can actually have blue maw like this. It feels like there are just spots in my vision that are constantly flashbanging me.
The history of Augury Rock is incredibly compelling. It is a symbol of hope, rebirth, and the ancient age of heroes.
You know, like the Vanta Black version of white. White so white it escapes the screen. It's just a hole in the graphics. And without Deep Dukes, it's just Desolation Domain. Yeah. Hmm. Do we have a corporate fear? Not for Deep Dogs, but the Underworks. Like, the better one for Desolation. Minivardania? That's one of the ones I know I haven't been in yet. There's also the little area that's in between, like, by the Underworks elevator, I think. I've also not been there.
Just a little longer.
I haven't been by the ants since I died in the arena in the game. Hmm. There's the Coral Tower, but I have been in the Coral Tower. Yeah, no, I guess I haven't been there. You could just say the name. If I haven't been there, it's not like the name itself is going to tell me where to go. Wink wink. Wisp Thicket. Oh yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. It's near the Underworks elevator. I don't think you can actually get there from the Underworks elevator. There's like a different path. But yeah, no, I haven't been there yet.
Those crystal guardians must be the power source for the Forgotten Shield. We'll need to take them down fast.
Hmm. Thoughts on an eye entity or domain in Silksong? You could say Grandfather Silk, but that is so web. Yeah. Maybe, actually, maybe the archives? Except for the fact that the head archivist is a dead corpse in the archives, but, you know, they are literally archives. Maybe that one remaining archivist guy could be the future archivist with a big A. Actually, I'm going to mute again just a little bit. Oh, shield, 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 shield. There's the shield. And you know, we know that web and the eye are not necessarily mutually exclusive, given how many pies the web has its webs in. Unless something drastically changed in the Magnus protocol. So it's not like there couldn't be archives in the web citadel. We still have Void in Silksong, unless Burial Void is very end, like. So that's also easy enough. Or I guess it could be the dark. Since, yeah, the void sure is dark, isn't it? Could be a joint effort, yeah. What are we missing? We're missing Vast and the Buried. At minimum. Warm waste could be buried-ish. Since that area sure did make me feel claustrophobic. Yeah, for Vast I was thinking either the surface or Mount Faye. Mount Faye mostly only because it is really vast. Oh, is that a recipe? We already know have the recipe. So well then. Ready of this. Yeah, so I mostly want to do Path of Ascension because I remember that this area exists. Around collection. So we need 13 and 14, and then we need to go from number 3 again. Alright. And I remember doing this collectathon way back when I was still working on my Griffon and actually playing Path of Fire. But I haven't come back here since I got the Sky Scale. Which is actually a real shame because this is stupidly easy with my Sky Scale. I love my Sky Scale. Love, love, love. It's really easy, you just talk to this thing and then you need to go collect 4 little lights. If the creatures let you leave, that is. Swan light. And you know, now it's doubly easy because I have markers. I also didn't have those before. And there's 15 of these tablets, and you need to do this entire round 30 times. Because there's like scroll 2 and scroll 3. Hey, let me mount up. Come on, there we go. The bad thing about there being 14 fears is that it's really hard to think of the few you could be missing unless you are like listing them out intentionally. I don't think we've named 14 fears. But I also cannot think of any that we could be missing. The stranger. Hmm. Like theoretically all vessels could be the stranger because they are not bugs. But it's kind of a cop-out. Lace and Phantom are not bugs. But they are also, you know, silk beings. So it seems more like a web thing. Still so replacement of sticks. I think I have avoided all spoiler mentions of that one actually. Oh. Ape sticks. It was nice knowing him. Not. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, Nosk is very Stranger themed. But to my knowledge, there is no Nosk in Silksong, is there? But it could work, yeah. Again, like, depends on how much influence we're willing to have from the original Hollow Knight. But yeah, the Nosk fits it so well, though. But also, how do you really make an OC that takes the shape of something precious to you when you, as the author of the OC, are, you know, an unbiased observer and just cannot really influence its shape? Honestly, maybe you can just draw Nosk on the OC shield sheet. It's close enough. Hmm. Whiteboard is very fucked up, it's true. Then again, I think it could also work as an end domain. Since, you know, they were so afraid of dying that they start injecting themselves with new shit. Oh yeah, the clockwork dancers! Oh man, that's so good. You're so right, and your brain is so big. Let's gather all this Oracle before we forget and the Ogre is going to kick us out. There's also the second Sentinel, which could also count. And let's be real, the entire horror of the 4 choruses. Like, what do you mean? They put souls of bugs inside. They made an artificial hive mind in a robot. Damn it. Where are you hiding? Where's 9 from me? Oh, it's down here. Mm. Like, I don't think it's been explored enough how all of those little white flies are actually souls of bugs. That's fucked up, man. So Song has so much closet horror. This even Hollow Knight didn't really have. Sheesh. Alright. Ogre is kicking us out. I think in next Path of Ascension I could be done with this achievement. That's nice. I don't even know if I need this for anything, but I want to do this. Well, magic. Actually, it might be better to go on a more populated map then. Or not, because it looks like the people here are not working on doppelganger either. But I guess you don't really need it, do you? We already have the hero's choice bag. At least I think we did. Did I open it up already? Hopefully. Okay, but the clockwork vessel is such a fun idea, though. I like that. Hmm. Actually, do we know what's going on in Magnus Protocol yet? I still haven't listened to that thing, and from what I hear, there's been some theories how the fears are scrambled or something from their space leap. But also, I haven't really been paying attention since, you know, maybe I will listen to it eventually. No need to spoil myself. But also, you know, if there are any other fun insights, like the extinction being a thing. Again, you know, could be fun to hear about. Mm. Fair enough. One event in Castella. We could do one event in Castella. Only 1 in a million 20. Are there now people doing strikes? No. Oh yeah, actually I need to get some fractals for my weeklies. I'm still missing just a few. Actually, I am missing exactly one. What was the girl here gearing up for? Again? Number 2 uncategorized. I already did uncategorized. They could do Twilight Oasis. Let's do Twilight Oasis for fun. I like that fractal. And it would definitely kill us 20 minutes. Twilight Oasis is fun. You get to be a villain. Come on, load in. Let's set the one touch. You know, kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I get the mastery point and I get my final tier 1 fractals for the week. Come on, load. Come on, load. Surely if I keep messing it out and telling it to load, it will load quicker. I can get a group going at least. Highlight Oasis Mastery Point.